Hi guys! So today I will be filming a book haul. This is my March book haul because literally all these books I got from February 29th until like March 27th. I did film this book haul in March about a week ago, and then I went to go edit it and it just decided to delete the sound. And I couldn't figure out how to get it to work again. So now that I have time to do it, I'll be filming it now. And I'm really bummed that I couldn't get the other one to work because it was an unboxing and it was great, but whatever. And I just can't deal right now, so that's why there's a change of scenery. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. I have 11 books to show you today, so let's get right started. The first book I have to show you is one my mom got me, and it is Bossypants by Tina Fey. This is the mass paperback edition because I couldn't afford the big version. But I have a friend who really enjoys Tina Fey, and I enjoy Tina Fey. And my parents have been bugging me a lot about who I want to be like, writing-wise, because I do want to be a writer. And I said Tina Fey because she's really funny and like nerdy, and she freaking wrote Mean Girls, and she writes for television, and that's something I really aspire to be. So I hope to learn a lot about how she came into the business and stuff like that reading this book, so I'm super excited to read it. The next book I have is The Titan's Curse by Riordan. This is book 3 in the Percy Jackson series, and I bought this book myself off of Book Outlet. I have the first 2 books, The Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters, and I've read the first one, but I, for some reason, never got around to reading the second one. And I have the first 2 at home, and I do want to read and finish the entire series, including the spin-off, sort of, with the Lost Hero and Son of Neptune and stuff like that. But I have to collect them slowly, but surely I will have them all. But for now, here's the second one. And it was like $2 on Book Outlet, which is great. So yeah. The next book I have to show you is How to Train Your Dragon by Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III by Cressida Cowell. I am a really big fan of the How to Train Your Dragon series. I don't know if you can see, but there's Toothless right there that my friend drew. And I know that the book is a lot different from the movie and vice versa, but I don't care because I really love the movie, and I'm excited for the second one to come out, and I just think this is really cute. It's basically just a whole study of like the dragons, and it's just really interesting, and the pages are like deckled edges, and it's a nice hardback, so I'm really excited to read this. I saw it on Book Outlet and I just couldn't pass it up, so yeah. The next book I have is one that I'm reading right now, and that is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I read part of this in the bookstore in Barnes & Noble, and it just sounded so cute. It's about a computer analyst who ends up working as an email security officer, and he ends up falling in love with one of the women in an email exchange. And, you know, he's like, oh yeah, but how am I supposed to approach her? Oh yeah, I love you and I read your emails. And it's just kind of, it sounds creepy, but if you read it, it's actually really cute. I decided to read this while taking a break from Game of Thrones. So, yes, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm like 100 pages in, and it's short and it's cute. The next book I have, I had never heard of before, and that is My Name is Maberry by Brashares. I read The Sister of the Traveling Pants when I was 11, which was, holy crap, 10 years ago, and that was pretty much the only book by her I had ever read, was The Sister of the Traveling Pants, and I know she's written other books, but I've never actually, gotten into them, but this one sounded really cool, and it's about this guy who, he, can remember past lives and his experiences from past lives and memories. So he sees this girl and he remembers her because they were in love, I guess, in a past life, and he's trying to basically remind her of him and get to know her. So it just sounded really cool and unlike anything that I've seen before. And so I'm excited to read this. I think this was also $2 on Book Outlet. The next book I have, my mom also got me, and that is My Life of the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. And this book I got because it sounds a lot like a book that I read before and that I really liked, called Megan Mead's Guide to the McGowan Boys by Kate Bryan, which is one of 2 Kate Bryan books I actually like. Basic premise of that book and this book is that a girl, for one reason or another, in this case her family dies in a car accident, and she has to go live with another family who has all boys. And the Walter family has 12 boys. Actually, they have 11 boys, but they have a daughter who might as well be a boy. But yeah, so this just sounds really funny, and of course, all of the Walter boys, especially the older Walter boys, are super hot, and teenage antics ensue. So, looking forward to reading. This is quite a kind of a hunker too. So, the next book I got is one that kept popping up on Goodreads because I favorited Warm Bodies, and that is Rot and Ruin by Jonathan Maberry. This book, I was all like, yeah, okay. And then I actually saw it in the bookstore, and first of all, that's quite, larger than I thought it would be. But also, I think it was the cover that really sold me, because it's like that on the front, and then it has this little flap thing, and it's like, ooh. But this is about zombies. And this kid, a teenage boy, he lives in a world just full of zombies, and he ends up joining the family business, which is zombie killing. And while he is doing that, he starts to question why they do it, and like the morality of killing them, and the just, truth and like humanity. And it's really cool. On the inside, one of the blurbs says George Romero meets The Catcher in the Rye. So George Romero, who's basically like the king of zombie movies, with the Dawn of the Dead, and J.D. Salinger wrote a very important book about adolescence and meaning of life. So I feel like those two combined will be pretty good. So I think I'm into zombies now. The next book I have to show you is one of my favorite books that I read in the past year, and that is Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. I went to the bookstore in January with one of my friends, and I almost picked up this book because the new cover for it just came out, and I really liked the new cover, and I was going to buy it, but then she was all like, no, I have it, I'll just give it to you, and I was just like, awesome. Even though this has the old cover, I still don't mind because it's still a great book, and pretty much it's about this girl who, her life is like perfect, and she has like a perfect family, and she's happy, but she's really not happy. Something happens, and I really like that you don't find out right away until like the very end of the book what exactly happened, but something happened where she ends up getting shunned by her friends, and then her family life is just really bad right now, so she becomes friends with this guy named Owen, who's awesome, and he basically believes in just telling the truth and being honest with people and with himself. And so she takes that to heart, and it's a really good book. It made me cry, and that's saying something. And so I'm glad that I finally have this book in my possession. The next book I have is one that I've been looking for such a long time, and that is The End Games by T. Michael Martin. This book I found out about on YouTube with a couple of people that I used to watch had gotten arcs of it. And basically, this book is about, there's a zombie apocalypse, obviously, and this guy has to protect his little brother and survive. And I think there's like a contest or something that's being held. I don't remember exactly why it's called The End Games, because it's been a long time since I've looked at the synopsis of it, but I just really wanted it for a long time, and the bookstores never had it, and I saw it on Book Outlet, and there was one left in stock, and I was just like, yes, this is the entire reason I put an order in the first place, and I put it in my cart, and it said success, and I was just like, it is mine, and I was so happy. So I'm glad that I finally have this book. The next book I have to show you is Born of Illusion by Teri Brown. This book, first of all, the cover's beautiful, and personally, I think she looks a lot like Nicole Kidman, and there are duckled edges, which I didn't know, and that is awesome. But pretty much, I've heard a bit about this on BookTube, and from different people, and it takes place in the 1920s, and it's about this girl who she finds out that she is the illegitimate child of Harry Houdini, one of the greatest magicians ever, and she and her mother are seances. I think her mother is fake, but she could end up being the real thing because her father was such a great magician. And so I'm excited to see how this unfolds. I just really, really wanted this book, and book outlet told me that it had come back in stock, so I was all like, okay, cool, so I ordered it. The last book I have to show you today is Fangirl by Rowell. So I now own all 3 of Rainbow Rowell's books, and I plan on getting her 4th one, Landlines, when it comes out this summer. But anyway, I read this book over winter break, and I absolutely loved it. I got through it so fast. I think it took me about 2 days to read, and it's kind of big. But if you don't know what this book is about, shame on you, because it's lovely. It's about this girl who goes to college, and she is just kind of not used to making friends because she's so in with her fandom, and she writes fanfic, a very popular fanfic, and it's just, you know, about getting used to college and growing as a person and just basically being a fangirl. The cover is just this beautiful seafoam color, and I'm just really excited that I have this book because it is so cute, and this also gives you feels, but happy feels, unlike what I've heard from Eleanor and Park, but I've yet to read that. Anyway, that is my March book haul. I am currently on a book buying ban until the end of April because I have accumulated about 35 books in 3 months. So yeah, I should not be buying any more books until the end of April, so until finals week happens. And this is my personal channel because I just don't feel like making a channel separately for books. So I will be posting other kinds of stuff on this channel, such as my last video, which was me at school. I have started a Goodreads account, so I'll put that information down below, and you should go follow me there or whatever. And also, I have an Amazon wishlist now. I mostly made it so my mom wouldn't ask me what I want for my birthday or what I want for anything. So I just made it. But I will put that down here too. And yeah, I will see you guys some other time with another video. I don't know what kind. Okay. Anyway, bye.